Tony D and Little Joan just off camera. I don't have a visual for this. This is I don't know, I guess you'd call it a hot take. My speculation on AI, I started talking about it on Hollywoke Hot Take, so I thought I'd talk about it here. So, thinking about AI, a lot of people are freaking out over it, and it's going to be abused. Let's be honest. It's already being abused. They're already making AI dirty movies, I'll say, because it's YouTube and I don't know, certain words trigger the algorithm. So there's going to be a lot of dirty movie stuff with that, which, some of it is fine, I guess. I mean, when the computer will be able to take, say, Anne Hathaway and Sydney Sweeney and Anna de Armas and put them all together naked in a scene, I mean, the computer will do it. It's private viewing. If you're not making any money on it, I guess I'm fine with that. The problem will be, of course, people will post that on the internet and download it, and then someone will try to make money on it. I mean, someone will. That part of it you shouldn't do, obviously. The other part, I don't care. If you want to use it that way, it's fine, I guess. Unfortunately, that'll cause people to push for legislation to keep it all clean and above board. I don't necessarily believe in censoring it that way. If it's not hurting anybody, I don't care. Now, it gets into some gray, dark territories, really, when you talk about other people who are too young for that, let's say. Don't want to use it for that. But the future, I think, really is an AI that you will ask, I would like to see, Star Wars mixed with, I don't know, Star Trek mixed with the MCU. Give me a movie like that. And the AI will grind away for a few minutes and then give you this crazy movie, which I think will be a fun novelty for a while, right? You see Luke Skywalker running around again, doing something crazy, saying crazy things. It'll be even funnier when you combine it with, say, I don't know, Star Wars and, say, the Money Pit, right? So the plot would be, Luke and Han are trying to fix up the Millennial Falcon, but it just costs a ridiculous amount of money. And they just lose it all and they drive themselves crazy. Stuff like that. It'll be crazy stuff. People will just ask the AI to combine crazy things just to see it. So the thing is, though, where does that leave creators like myself and other people who make these movies? Well, on the one hand, it kind of will probably burn people out on worthless sort of endeavors or derivative endeavors. Your project will have to be original, say, because the AI will remember all. And so in order for something to rise above what could be produced by AI, at some point, it'll have to be original. It'll have to have some sort of new take. It'll have to have some kind of real vision that the AI can't do. No matter what they do with the AI, it'll never have a vision. You can prompt it all you want, but unless you're a creator using the AI and really drilling down, it's probably just going to be, a bunch of mishmash of nonsense. So it will help creators in that respect, in that people, when they go to look for something original, they'll look for something higher quality than just what the AI is cranking out. And the people who are bad at making stuff, so I always harken back to the ridiculous amount of YA light erotica that's all over book Twitter. It's just thousands and thousands of books, and people and women constantly asking for more. It seems to be endless. The AI will be able to generate that for you endlessly. And it's all just very derivative stuff, and so it'll burn you out on that real quick, real quick. But when you finally reach the point where, okay, I want to read something for real, you'll hopefully come back to creators or classics and say, oh, well, let me read something that's an actual book and not a bunch of AI nonsense cobbled together. But that also means a change in the monetary use. So the real money will be in the AI platform. It won't be in, it won't be in the making of stuff like that, because it'll be the platform doing 90% of the work. However, for creators, it's also a boom, because I could finally make, say, the Pineys movie, right? I could put my books in the AI and then say, okay, make the first Pineys movie, and then, do it exactly as the book, and then I could look at the characters and I could adjust the dialogue. Hopefully the technology will be at that point. I could put in, say, play this song here or whatever, whatever I needed to do to make it exactly as I would envision a Pineys movie, and then release it in some way, assuming I would be able to purchase the licensing rights of the platform that would help me, and then release it, and hopefully it would be a big hit. It would be like, oh, well, Now, that'll probably be at a point where AI will be so out there that the AI will just be able to do that on its own. Like, people who say, I don't really want to read the book, but I wouldn't want to, I hear it make a good movie. I'll make the AI make a Pineys movie, and then other people will do it without me. It's kind of what they're doing in audiobooks right now. Now they have, I believe it's an AI, or it's some sort of program that will take your book and just read it. It'll just read it. So, you can qualify for the program on Amazon. I'm not quite sure how it works because I haven't really looked into it. I just haven't had the time. Scrambling to get book 15 done. So the AIs can do all that. And it's, on the one hand, like, I would really like to do all the audiobooks myself, but on the other hand, I'm up to finishing book 15 this week, and I've only done one audiobook out of the 15, so it's like I would like to go back and do book 2, 3, 4. It's just, time. If I was selling more books, then maybe I'd have more time. Who knows? Or maybe, again, I could use the AI, sample my voice, still put it in my voice, and say, okay, AI, use this voice for the narration, use this voice for Hemingway, use this voice for Lewis, and on and on and on. And then the AI would do it perfectly, barring my typos. But then there's the next step, and I talked a little bit about this at Hollywoke Hot Take. I think the next step would be Neuralink, right? So in Neuralink, the first thing you're going to get, or something like Neuralink, it won't be Neuralink, it'll probably be Neuralink and a bunch of other links, where they drill into your brain. I'll never get it. They drill into your brain with a chip, put the chip in there, and then you're able to operate the games. Well, at some point, they're going to be able to record stuff out of your brain. Now, at first, it's not going to be your thoughts, all your thoughts, but what it could do is you could have an AI interpret those thoughts and then recreate them, visually and with sound. But I think the first step will be that the AI or the Neuralink will be able to record your feelings, or it will be able to record whatever brain impulses causes certain senses, and then duplicate that to the movie. It would initially be akin to, like, when you go to a movie theater now and they have those vibrating seats, and they're totally stupid, but I went to see the Blade Runner sequel, and I was in the vibrating seats, and it was terrible because every time the French horn played in the soundtrack, it would be like, "Brr," and a whole seat would vibrate, and totally took me out of it. Although it was a terrible movie, so maybe I should thank the French horns. So something like that. So in the intense movies, the Neuralink would make you tense up. In the fearful moments, you'd be extra scared because the Neuralink would make you scared or make you happy, or again, with the dirty movies, to do that, which I think will be the big application, along with actual physical accessories, to clean things up, so to speak. I talked in Hollywoke Hot Take about a comic book called The Invisibles, which projected this into the future, with a guy who downloaded a female celebrity's sort of program where you get to have sex with her, but you can't finish unless you pay the extra money. Right? So that'll be the deal. This is the sort of awful applications for Neuralink and AI. But the upside could be that, you could impart a personal experience in such an intense way that's never been imparted before. And that artists could, use that Neuralink as part of the experience. So it'll be, you won't watch movies, you'll watch or experience a story. See, I think stories will always be important. I think writers will always be important. But the technology changes, right? So, there was a time books were where it's at, in terms of fiction. There was really no other choice. This technology wasn't there. Then radio came along, and then you could have radio plays, and then television came along, and movies. And, movies would have been movies first, then radio, or radio first and then movies. I think radio and movies right around the same time, but then TV, and now we have internet, and AI will be the next step, and then Neuralink again about the same time. So that would change the map in terms of you as a creator creating something, because maybe you always want to include certain emotions in a story in order to give the audience that thrill of what they want. One of those emotions may be love, right? People can't get enough love. Man, I'm blowing up on the phone. Well, I got to wrap it here because I got to take this. And that's it for me, Tony D. We'll see you in the next one.